Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Locked in on the read and the speed. Has his par. Frank, it's been quite a journey to this point, but here we are, the 18th hole at Lighthouse Point.
It looks like a dogleg left, or it should play like a dogleg left. You might stand on that tee and think that you can take the direct line.
You can't get there from here, can you?
Good old Maine terminology there. So the goal really is to somehow find that fairway down the right. And, of course, it all depends on how far you fly that tee shot on the line you take. From there on in, just a short iron and maybe a chance to get another birdie and finish with a smile on your face.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think this one will have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only in the course today, but all week long.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Frank, they renovated the par 5 second back in 2010. What'd they do to the hole, and how does it play now?
Well, they changed the green, especially the left side. There's a huge mound there now. It's still a driver off the tee, but before you could bail out on the left side, you can't bail out anymore. It's a devilish of a chip over that mound.
Those chocolate drop mounds give the course a really nice look.
Yeah, they just pop. And you can see them, and you know that they're problematic.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. This one has a chance to be close.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could pound very, very quickly, so now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out. When you thought it was going to be an average week. Eagle there to vault into the top 10.
So we started with a short par 4, then the par 5 second, now a par 3 here at the third, Frank.
Got an L-shaped green just protected by that bunker on the right, so be very careful where that flag's located. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens.
another good par.
Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
Yeah, it's solid without being spectacular, and that's actually a huge compliment.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That's a par, but unfortunately, Frank, not good enough to hold the lead.
You know, all the other movement on the golf course, Rich. Pars aren't good enough right now. Other people are making birdie.
Frank, the opening at TPC Boston, you could describe it as fun, gettable. It starts to change in character here at the 5th, doesn't it?
Yeah, beautiful par 4. You've got to be cognizant of exactly how far you can fly the ball, though, because there's 3 distinct sections of this green. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Frank, in the changing weather conditions, players have so many different options, don't they? Some might like to play it high, others might want to play it a little lower along the ground.
You've really got to be on your toes today because of that, Rich, and really that's what separates the men from the boys, so to speak. You know that any mistake you make can obviously be magnified by the wind conditions, but conversely, it's a real good chance for skill to shine.
He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality here. Nice par to remain 3 under. Ready now at the 6th. It is a tricky 465-yard par 4.
Yeah, hit it through the chute. Water comes into play a little bit down the left if you're a long hitter. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Chance to get it close here. Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That one came right off the center of the club face. Another good shot, about 10 feet away. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Knows it is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. And from that position, a good chance to get at this hole location at number 7. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Looks like he just misread that. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. In for par, and will sit tight at 4 under. Hole number 8 now, 213 yards in length, a par 3. And Frank, what can we expect?
Really narrow at the front of this green. A lot of mounding. Ball normally kicks towards the left. One place you don't want to go, though, is that left bunker. The bunker shot's all downhill from there. Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. These putts keep the round together. Wow, I thought he made that. Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
Drop shot and a dropped position on the leaderboard.
Well, this game's never about being perfect. It's about being resilient.
Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition here at the ninth?
Well, if you stray with your tee shot here, you'll be making hamburgers, that's for sure.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, golf so often is a game of avoiding something. What do you want to stay away from here at the ninth?
You have to avoid that little pot bunker just short of this green. If the pin's at the back, it's fine. You can fly the ball into the middle of the green. But if the pin's on the front, just make sure you carry that little bunker.
Frank, mistake-free golf. You hope you can keep it together. Possibility of a very special round here.
Yeah, the only real thing to worry about is not to get too far ahead of yourself. At the moment, the swing looks tremendous. And just keep the round ticking over, one hole at a time. I know it sounds like a cliche, but right now, he's exactly where he wants to be.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Starting to make a nice move. Birdie and 4 under par for the tournament. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Excellent looking shot here. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. This can be a cruel game at times. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
Frank, like all TPC golf courses, TPC Boston has the fan in mind. So you see those mounds throughout the golf course that gives people a chance to just sit, relax, and watch some golf. And there's a nice shady spot on the hill behind the 11th.
Yeah, that's just before the 12th tee, and you really do get a look at the tee shots coming in 11, as well as the little undulations and contours on that massive green.
That will be a great look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Sneaks that in. We're now tied.
Moving on now to the 12th, and Frank, describe this hole for us.
Sneaky good par 4. It's long enough, you know, sort of that 450, 460 mark. Bends a little to the left. Really, you want to be in the middle of the fairway here, because that second shot with the green just tilting towards the hazard. One of the toughest second shots you have on the golf course.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
So a tester from 4 feet. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. On the tee now at another par 4, the 13th. Frank, how do you play it?
Well, it looks like it's a dogleg right, but ideally you want to keep that tee shot down the left, and you don't want to leave any of it behind.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. This is a good-looking shot. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So with that make, now at 7 under par. Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards. Another case where the driver will set everything up.
but you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. 18 feet from the bottom of the cup. Wrong time to be leaking oil here at the 14th hole, Frank.
Well, to state the obvious, too, that was very makeable. That's the one you'd expect to make more often than not. That's going to hurt.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, after a couple of par 4s where you just sort of let it go with the driver, different strategy here at the 15th?
Yeah, you don't want to get carried away here. This is one where just a nice smooth swing, get that ball on the fairway. And that second shot, you've got to carry that false front.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, the FedEx Cup playoffs have become so big, so important, and TPC Boston hosting one of those playoff events.
And a chance to get some momentum, too. You've just come off Barclays, so if you can start to string together a couple of good weeks in a row, you'll more than guarantee a start at the Tour Championship.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Frank, how did he do there?
I would say more than the average. A bit inside 20 feet from that distance.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Frank, we were commenting earlier in the day that this round had really gone wrong. Are you surprised that he's been able to put it back together?
I certainly am. He'd lost his composure, his rhythm. So really to be playing this well so quickly after that, you tip your hat.
Always a chance in this game.
It's that sneaky distance.
just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good parts.
So just a formality here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into two sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Nicely in the fairway here, Frank, but this is steeply downhill to the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is another laser right at the flagstick. This from 7 feet. He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
They'll take it. That's a par. Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston, for whatever reason, generates quite a bit of buzz, doesn't it?
It does. The longer hitters, obviously, they lick their chops. They're having a chance to make this green in two. But if you find one of the fairway bunkers, the addition of that pot bunker for the layup, that just makes that decision that much more difficult.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. Should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. That was not a very good read right there. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good par. Par 5 second hole, 540 yards. Birdie opportunity, Frank?
Birdie or eagle, but that second shot all the way across water. So you're going to have to hit a good tee shot to go for this par 5 and 2.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Second shot.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Green grass, blue skies, and that little white ball. Nothing better than golf on a beautiful day like this, Frank.
Who doubts this is the best game in the world?
Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
How do you like that? He's holding. Just a phenomenal play right there. Frank, you've talked about this sort of New England feel they gave this golf course when they remodeled it. This is a pretty good example here at the third hole.
Yeah, that stone wall behind just sort of makes the golf course look like it's been there forever. They have tweaked the green a little bit on that left side, created a little bit of a ridge. You can sort of play the ball off that if you know where you're going. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. And he's made the green. Settles in over the putt. And he makes it for par. Frank, at 298 yards, the fourth is reachable for just about every professional. What might scare them off?
Well, that bunker on the left, that's really actually a chance to showcase your skills. And that's where you realize how much better professional golfers are. A good bunker play, especially on a hole like 4, and then you will get well rewarded.
This is a great place for a fan to watch, isn't it?
It is. You see so many different short shots around this green. The bunker shots from the left side, if you hit it over the back on the right, the little bump and run through the little valley in the green. Fun hole to watch.
Perfectly placed tee shot will set up an eagle opportunity, but then you see quite a few bogeys made here as well.
Yeah, if you stray a little bit, leave the ball too far short, then you have to play that pitch across the bunker. That's no fun.
That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday.
Oh, good roll. Good putt.
Now on to the fifth, and Frank, a pretty challenging par 4.
Yeah, gentle dogleg to the left. There's a short bunker on the right. That's not really in play. You can just see that one on the left. Ideally, just want to hit something around 330 yards to this very difficult green.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Ready now at the sixth. It is a tricky 465-yard par 4.
Yeah, hit it through the chute. Water comes into play a little bit down the left if you're a long hitter.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, looked like you caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Just in the first cut of rough. Not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Locked in on the read and the speed. In for par. Frankie, just love the variety of holes here at TPC Boston. Now we get to the 7th. It's a 600-yard par 5.
It looks straight away, but the problem is if you don't hit a good tee shot, then you really have to be aware of that cross bunker. That is one place you don't want to go with your second shot.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. This would give him an eagle on the card.
Had every chance of going in.
Birdie try again here today. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Clean this up with a tap. Good putt. On to the 8th hole, Frank. Nice par 3.
Yeah, this is where the accurate iron player will definitely get an advantage over the field.
And it makes the green in regulation. Getting set now over the putt. That is a cross-country putt right there.
Up and over the ridge. That's a seagull.
Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you.
Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition here at the 9th?
Well, if you stray with your tee shot here, you'll be making hamburgers, that's for sure.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, if this is up, it's good. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
Good-looking shot right here. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. And getting ready for the putt. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 11th hole here at TPC Boston. Frank, this is a stout par 3 at 231 yards.
Plays a little bit uphill, and that big gaping bunker just short right. Have to avoid that.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Pretty good shot right there. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. 12th hole now, looking at 461 yards on this par 4.
It doesn't look like there's much trouble off the tee, and that's because the trouble's with the second shot, that hazard to the right of this green. Oh, I liked that.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. On the tee now at another par 4, the 13th. Frank, how do you play it?
Well, it looks like it's a dogleg right, but ideally you want to keep that tee shot down the left, and you don't want to leave any of it behind.
Good contact, good result. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realized how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realize the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Ball's teed up at the par 4 13th.
And you want to keep that ball in the air as much as you can. Carry that air on the left side. That's a big tee shot, somewhere in that sort of 300-yard mark.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Players aren't just grabbing any old golf club these days, Frank. It's about spin rate and launch angle and all of those sorts of concepts.
Yeah, and the grooves, all those things help the player. Even the loft on wedges now. Loft is increased. We now see 64, 65-degree sand irons, so they get the ball up quicker and it stops quicker. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Getting some sand in the shoes now for a second straight hole. He's in the bunker. Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the green side bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Love that bunker shot. What's the key to good bunker play, Frank?
Using the bounce, that little sort of aerofoil on the bottom of the club, when you use that, it has a different sound. And you'll find it's much easier to get the ball out of the bunkers than what you first thought.
Has it. That's birdie. Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Here we are at the 16th now, looking at just over 160 yards.
You can sense the fear, can't you?
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round.
It doesn't go in, you got to add another one to the scorecard.
And that's where the golf ball's just staring at you and mocking you and laughing at you.
You know deep down it's smiling too, don't you?
So just a formality here. Good putt. Frank, 412 yards on the card doesn't look like a whole lot, but
it can play a little longer because really you've got to play it down the right. Don't play it as a dog leg. Just go point A and then point B.
Now playing the second here at the par 4. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Settles in over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston. This is one of the most exciting finishing holes in golf.
It was changed a couple of years ago, and it's such a better hole now. Two little bunkers right in front of you, 270 yards. But if you want like a litmus test, that one on the right, Bubba Watson can carry that.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. He'll take that one all day long. Very solid, about 15 feet away.
It's an awkward length. Just seems an absolute waste. Got to take your time.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with two very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.